So thank you everyone for punctuality and professionalism coming on board. This is the second in our KLYSTAR The Game Zoom. We had one just over a week ago, which was very productive. We went over the introduction, the concept. After that, I sent a lot of material for your team, Shrikant, to digest on. And like I said, I was very pleased that you found it very, very inspiring to read the content and get exactly what I'm doing. Hopefully you're fully aware exactly what we're building here. It is obviously some may call it frightening, some may call it insanity, some may call it absolutely brilliant. And I believe from your comment, you
Yes.
realize exactly the brilliance that we're trying to accomplish. And in the process, of course, when I state that I want us to build a multi-billion-dollar franchise, that's exactly our goal because of the significant. Obviously, I state this is all for God, whoever gods you believe in, but it is all for God. So and that is the mission goal of KLYSTAR, which is registered here in America as an official 501(c)(3). So even the American government has authorized us to be listed as a public charity, in case you're not already aware of that. So the KLYSTAR partner is obviously my most talented filmmaker wife, Andrea Wen. And on the developer team, we have Shrikant, who's heading the team, which includes on the Zoom, Sanjay and Aryan. And I believe there's other people coming on board. So, Shrikant, I'm going to hand it over to you. You digested the information. You said it was inspiring and thought-provoking. So I'd like to hear, what now your ideas, your concept, now that you fully digest the material that you feel you want to approach this. So over to you, Shrikant, and your team to relay the information to us. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Liam. Thank you so much for this opportunity again to get connect with you and Andrea. So, well, I want to keep this discussion very precise and very predominant so that we can have a clear understanding what next steps going to take place. So, as per our thorough research on your collaterals and your shared videos and shared links and Wikipedia. So, as I told you already, we've been very much impressed by your work done, your activities, and your story and everything. So, we got a clear understanding what we can do and how we can collaborate on this KLYSTAR. I haven't take it as a project. I take it as a life-changing mission, especially. So me and Sanjay and Aryan together, we come up with a proper documented thing where we wanted to discuss the clear-cut points on this discussion, and also we wanted to show our capabilities and our expertise, our previously work done, and what kind of things we have delivered, and what kind of gaming application we worked previously. So we want to run you through everything in this session. So I just want Sanjay. I'm handing everything to Sanjay. So he is the CTO of this organization. He was handling the technical part. So over to you, Sanjay. Please run through the document which we prepared together, and I mean, Leong will give us any kind of suggestions and modification needed here. So over
All
to you,
right.
Sanjay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanjay. I've given you guys sharing rights. So if you want to share anything on the screen, go ahead. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sanjay.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, guys. Just a second. Sharing the screen. So is the screen visible?
We can share we can see your screen,
Okay.
but the screen you're sharing is actually the Zoom session. So you may want to click on, that's the one.
Is it
Successful.
good?
Yeah, that one we see now. Empowering your success with next gen tools. Yeah.
Okay. So first thing, Gamaya's group of companies has multiple verticals. So in this, Whiteridge is a software company completely building on applications and everything. So we build software applications and gaming applications. So coming to our expertise, we'll go with one by one. So we have delivered a road conditioning monitoring system for a company called AI Unica, where we used to identify road width, potholes, manholes, and pedestrian crosses like 45 kinds of assets which are present on the road. using AI algorithms. I'm just giving you a brief introduction. You there? Hello?
Yeah, no, we can see your share
Okay,
screen.
okay.
So go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And the other one, we have created AI agents for a partnered company of Salesforce, which is Agent Force right now. So this we have built the first agent and delivered to the company called Magnity. It's a vendor company of a Salesforce, and they have started their own journey and created this complete agent force using the agent technique. And it comes to this is BMA. It's a Broadcasting Media Africa, where we created a mini version of Netflix, where we can subscription based content. It's a content building marketplace. Okay. And comes to the gaming part. Aryan, could you please share your screen and explain?
Okay, we can see. Are you ready for the ultimate slice action?
So this is a basic version. Actually, we have replicated a slice application. So we have taken few demos from the online itself. So you know this game, right? I think you are aware of this thing. And go to the next one. It's a replica of Candy Crush. And go to the big one, Aryan. Here we have created a similar kind of Counter Strike game, similar to PUBG. So it's an environment where completely raining, and the person has a FPV front person view, and finding for the gun and for the opponents. So it's a similar kind of what do you say, Counter Strike, CS:GO, or PUBG kind of a environment that we have created in this thing.
And what platforms is this available on?
See, the thing is, we have done as a third party. This is now available in CS:GO, Counter Strike, and this is done in Unity 3D. You good? Hello?
Yeah, no,
Yes,
we can
yes,
see it.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. And coming to the documentation and research and everything that we have done, I'll share the screen. Aryan, could you stop? So this is the documentation that we have created. So first thing, what is KLYSTAR? So you can read this, right? My screen is visible? Yeah, done. Okay. So
Yeah,
KLYSTAR
we
is a
can see it.
So,
multi-phase factor.
sorry for the interruption, Sanjay. Liang, this is synopsis which we done R&D part. Uh, excuse us if you if miss something in this complete lecture. Huh?
So
Yes,
yeah,
Sanjay, go ahead.
for starting that, we only know just a tip of your vision actually. So based on that, we have built this document. Sorry if there is any I mean, thing that is not relevant to this topic. Please interrupt us. So it's a science fiction novel by Liang Ying. You know, the story waves together thermodynamics, the twin universe theory, and quest exploring the reconciliation of science and spirituality. It follows protagonist Leo as he explores parallelisms and notion and unified omnipotent consciousness. The name KLYSTAR means KLY is your name, Kun Liang Ying. Is that true?
Yes, my Chinese name is Kun Liang Ying, which,
Yeah.
if you translate it into English, it means good answer. So that's why, without sounding too arrogant, I believe is, and also if you read the KLYSTAR prophecy, I used a mathematical algorithm, Bible code. So it's not something, oh, believe me, no. You have access to a Bible code, then you can find the code for KLYSTAR in the Torah yourself, and you'll find that it appears twice. So everything I do is very technical, very scientific, very mathematical. So I don't say believe me, I say go out and prove it for yourself. So so even the name that's given to me now, you may say it's coincidence, you may say it's fate, which it's a good argument. I'm sure everyone has a name that you translate into other language can have good meaning. But the fact that it all ties in, with the Bible code, with twin universe discovery, it just seems to be beyond coincidence that my given name means Earth's good answer. Just seems very, very fate to me. So thank you.
Yeah. So this complete KLYSTAR and the man who met God is based on the thing is actually sorry, it goes into two parallel universes, and the person, the character Leo, follows how this works on a positive way and a negative way in a different universes. Okay, so where we have detailed summary of the man who met God, we have the man who met God is a spiritual scientific document that chronicles life and transformation of Dr. Liang Ying, a nuclear physicist who claimed to experience a direct encounter with God. The film, directed by Andrea Wen, explores his shit for atheism and spiritual awakening, centered on his groundbreaking twin universe theory. Background. Your background, we have researched few things that you have nuclear physicist educated in Liverpool, UK, and these are the things I think. So I mean, you have done this thing. And twin universe theory proposes the existence of two symmetric universes, a positive and a negative. Energy and entropy are conserved across both. Suggests that consciousness is covered intrinsic force of a universe. Bridge modern cosmology with spiritual insights. This is just a research that we have done based on your expertise and your book knowledge. This is just a pinch of the knowledge that you have. And coming to the vision, complete vision of the book and the documentary, aiming merge of science, art, charity, business, and religion. Promotes unified human purpose based on shared truth and cosmic understanding. So that is the thing that we have done.
Yeah, that is a reasonably accurate assessment of who I am, and obviously my discovery. And obviously, we have to discuss, uh, importantly, how this is incorporated into the game. Whether it incorporates, me, my history, or incorporates entertainment platform. Because ultimately, I want as many people to be playing this because they enjoy it. But obviously, the enjoyment factor, I also want educational content so people learn what it is all about. They're not just playing the game for fun, although that's important, of course, in a gaming platform, but that they are educated and they're enlightened from it. So that is a duality. How do we combine, just like I'm combining science and religion into my duality in the gaming platform, I want us to combine entertainment and education. So it's that dual access for people. Can it be done? Yeah, I believe it can be done. And this is where, I will have to rely on your expertise, your experience, to propose how best to get both, make the game both entertaining, but also make the game educational as well. So do you have ideas on those, Shrikant? All right, you're proposing this. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, yeah. So this is another document that we have designed based on first thing is you mentioned in the previous meeting that you want to convey your message to the people, right? So here is the theme of a game and a message. Journey for a skeptical to believe twin universe theory, consciousness and cosmic force, science plus spirituality, unification, revelation through knowledge. The theme of the game, I mean, I'm just proposing, it's an idea, that's it. So character development, narrative arc, dual world mechanism, reality switching, gameplay tied, and awareness of morality. Puzzle solving combines logic based intuition, discovery based progressive system. So this is just I'm just proposing, that's it. We can modify this also. And I have few questions on this parallel world puzzle platformer. And before going to this, do you have any words on your vision, uh, Leon?
Well, I said that these are concept ideas because the game's going to be visual. It's very hard. It's like, you're buying a house. Someone could describe a house to you, but really, unless you see the house and you guide a tour, you're never going to be able to know. Someone said, yeah, this is a house. It's 25,000 square feet. It has a roof. It has 8 windows, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Yeah, you can get the gist of it, but unless you see the house, you're not really going to. So, so your layout, I think, is very professional. You obviously did a lot of background research on me and the content I provided. So I'm obviously very appreciative of that because it does take time and effort to do that. So you've shown that you have paid great interest and put a lot of time and effort into that. So I appreciate that. Uh, the concept idea that you have in the layer, how you develop thing, I really like that approach. So now the goal is how can we put this into an entertainment game? you know how
Yeah.
do that is now. All right, we're gonna build a house. Okay, these are we're gonna have 3 bedroom, we're gonna have 2 bathroom, we're gonna have a roof, we're gonna have a 2 car garage. Now how do we lay it out? Now it's the architect. Now the architect is how do we design this house that someone will love to live in this house, and that is what we have to go through now. Now, beyond these words, like example, my wife's a filmmaker, so I'm in artwork. So one of the concept is first you start off with a script, a concept script, like a synopsis, right? Then with that synopsis, you can either before you even write the screenplay. I mean, I obviously had the full screenplay which I sent you, but people will draw a storyboard. So storyboard is a visualization of how the story span. So I think for us to be able to more fully grasp. So if we can't see the house because the house had not been built yet, what they do is you get an architect. So before the architect start, designing it with a CAD program, every nook and cranny and everything, you'll have someone who renders the image. So they'll draw, do you want a house 1 story, 3 story? Do you want a house that is, brick, stone, or wood? Do you want to? So you would render it. So the one of the approach that we have before we go through that, of course, we have to come to agreement is that how we structured it. As I mentioned in the last case, are you guys just guns for hire? In which case we pay you and we're done. Then I don't mean to rude, but bugger off. This is our product. We turn it into multi-billion, and you guys go and do it. Or you're going to be partner in this adventure, in this creation. So you're not just you're making history with KLYSTAR. So that's something that we have to come to an agreement and draft a contract and make sure everything. Then approaching that, we're going to have some storyboard. So this is where we can work together. Because I said to you, I have artists, I have my wife. So we'll have to take the ideas, the digestion you have, and these are your expert. This is what you can program. This is the architect, the layout. So what we will have to do then, collaborative, is lay it out by drawing sketches of what the layout is. This a one person like your game? Is this you're following Dr. Ying, the man who the Earth's good answer? Is this a one player game where the person walks through light and he finds the twin universe discovery? He shoots a few demons or whatever. Is this how you approach it, the entertainment part? So we have to sketch it out on a storyboard, just like a film. Because a lot of producers and what they want to see the story. They don't read the story. It looks good, but what does it visually look like? And how that storyboard will pan out, will give us a visualization. So now the house that we're building will at least look conceptually at the house. So we say, well, yeah, this house looks promising, or no, I want a bungalow. I just want a one story. So we'll have to do that, storyboard layout before we can really visualize it. So we get to an agreement. We'll have to set many milestones. Okay, so after assuming we come to an agreement, the milestone including, like I said, to the generalization, turn this more into a deck to begin with, then a full storyboard, laying out exactly how the game will pan out, all that stuff, and then we can go into the nitty gritty of how it will be done, and that will be then your word of expertise. But then we will be part of that mission, so we make sure that you're on the right track. So if it goes forward, my suggestion is that we at least have a weekly session where we review the development. So that way we don't, wait for 6 months for you guys to come back and then we say, no, this is rubbish. I hate this. I don't want it. I don't want us to be wasting time doing that. So we'll capture that by having weekly sessions. So we develop the story. We show, is this what you wanted to feel? Is this a one person? Is this a multi-person? Do you want this so as a multiplayer, just like Doom and the other, that other players can come in, either as an adversary or if it's education, maybe as a teacher, as a student, or is it seeking the knowledge? This is like a quest, the quest that you're questing to find God. And through finding God, you have to go through various levels of wisdom, spirituality, like Buddha finding enlightenment. To find enlightenment, you have to reach certain states of high consciousness. So all this has to be panned out, and to be relayed. So right now we're at the develop. So what you've done, your research on myself, on my theories, and on my approach is perfect, and I love it, and I appreciate the amount of effort that you put into it, right? But like I said to you, until we know we're trying to build a house, a holy house for God, but like I said, until we see a sketch, a drawing, a storyboard of how this house for God is to be built, we're not gonna do it in this Zoom. Okay, so it's gonna take various multiple Zoom. But I appreciate the fact that you have shown your incredible professionalism and your hard work to research myself, my theory, and put together a concept idea. As I was having a good talk to my wife yesterday about how this is going to pan out with the relationship that we have. To be honest with you, I want people like yourself who's hungry, who's desire to make history, desire to create something that is beyond, like I said, the normal client relationship. Like we are building this house for God together, okay? Because like I said to you, we have the same desire, the same thing that would charge us to me. That is more important than your past result, your past experience. To me, if we have that energy, that strong desire, then I believe that will drive us to success. Okay. So anyway, enough of my talks. I hope I've relayed some feedback to you, so you know exactly where my mind is right now. So any comments from your end? Oh, actually, let me ask my wife. Obviously, she's digesting this. I'd like her to have her comments. So I'll let her comment. So Andrea, you want to comment?
Yeah, well, Leon, I agree with everything you said. You were so on point. Obviously, they've done a great job, but as you said, we need to see a graphical idea before we jump into it. But you were so on point with all your comments. I really like the scenario they show, the rainy scenario with the graphics, and yeah, no, it's great. So nothing else to add for now.
All right.
They're not gonna be solving today soon, but yeah, it's all real good.
All right. So Sanjay, Shrikant, comments from your end and how you want to move forward with this relationship.
So thanks for your feedback, Leong and Andrea. And the document which we are showing, it's kind of synopsis. We done research on like with the same similar concept of spirituality, religion, and scientific and all together. So we done some research on our other similar mobile application. And before making a document, gaming documentation and the architecture, and also just we wanted to show what kind of aggressiveness we have towards this project and what kind of expertise and what kind of success stories we are in the market. So we wanted to showcase this thing to you. So that's why we requested us to set up this call. And as per my understanding with this current requirement and current discussion, so we are now at this next phase. So we will create a gaming documentation thing, and in that ways we can mention phases wise. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, in which phase what kind of deliverable will commit and what kind of things needed from your end, what kind of things deliver from our end. So this kind of complete architecture, complete layout will be designed in this next before our next call. And prior to that, as already articulated that how much we are interested in this project to go together and work together on this mission. So we are aligned with that. Even we wanted to build a separate team for especially this project. We wanted to give the best outcome, which is not even 0.01% getting disappointed at your end. So we decided that we make sure that you should not get any kind of disappointment from our end with our tasks, with our commitments, with our deliverables, with our work done. So that's what we were aligned with that activities, to be honest. So and this kind of research, and we are need to do more research about this project. This is not a single book. It is a, I can feel it as it is a world. So we have so many things learned during this research, and we got to know new things. I mean, we are with just 30 35 old guys. So during this age, and while reading your books and while watching your stories and while creating everything, so we got to know we had we need to learn many things in the future and to develop something and to build and something mission like this. So I totally so as per my experience, as per my knowledge, as per our team efforts, so we had a full-fledged clarity on this gaming application, and we have a strong expertise to build layer wise, architecture wise, designing wise, UI UX wise, framework wise, and everything. So we'll come up with a complete gaming documentation where you can feel, where you can see what kind of things we need to be developed in that game design document, so that we kind of outlines, so what kind of game story and lore and what kind of technology we can use, what kind of levels, worlds, and see, because here it's a combination of many activities, many concepts. So I want add everything, and it should be very interactive content. It should be the videos also, that facts also, even the animations and the frameworks, everything aligned to each concept and each script. So that's where we had a plan to develop in this project. So definitely in this tenure, in this duration, we need your support. We are looking for some kind of spark who can help us in all the ways where like when we require, as like concept art wise, prototyping wise, and developing the frame wise, and kind of things we would looking for from your end actually. So when it comes to that collaboration, that agreements and documentation, you would help us to understand how we can collaborate going forward. So if you really want us to take a part of this your project, your dream project, so do you really feel we are opting for this? We deserve to handle. For us, we have enough confidence that we can work. We can work for sure. There is no doubt at all. We can keep our blood and our sweat on this project to develop it, and as per your vision, as per, so whatever you're imagining, we can portray it on the screen, on the mobile application and gaming application, on web and mobile screens. So that's why we committing this from our end. So we need your suggestions, we need your ideation here, and what would be the next steps going forward if you let us wanted us to collaborate. So what we have to do from our end, and what you can suggest us to do.
Okay, all
So
right. No, no,
just a second. Sorry for the interruption. Actually,
yeah, yeah,
and,
sure, Sanjay. Say something.
we have already discussed this part, Srikanth, that first question Liang have asked us is we are going to be a gunshot. We are doing this project and just bye bye. So the thing is, we don't want that kind of environment, Mr. Liang. We are not a gunshot kind of a person. We want to collab with you. We want to travel with you. Because the thing is, building a gaming application is a different scenario where you have spent around more than a decade on this particular project, right? So I want that kind of experience, that expertise I want. Then only I can build a complete story. And the articles, I need an articles from you, the transcripts that you have done research on this Klystar, and majorly from Mrs. Andrea, that I need the script of the documentation also, so that we can understand it, we can create avatars of about that, and we can explain you how this is going to be visualized. So that's it.
Thank you, Sanjay and Shrikant. Again, you demonstrated your extreme professionalism and your strong desire to be doing this journey with me and my wife to build this empire, not just for money's sake, although our desire is to make this into a multi-billion. Can we do it? Absolutely. If Hello Kitty can be a $90 billion company entity annual turnover, then there's no reason why we approached it. We can't be even bigger, to be honest with you. And what I'll do, this is the step. So I'm going to send you this recording. Along with this recording, I'm going to send you a fabulous movie trailer that my wife created. I've got to send you that. So you see the trailer for the movie concept, KLYSTAR The Movie. So I would like to have the game as closely associated with the movie for obvious reason. I want this to be a mass saturation. So if you journey this with me, then I will also treat you as a partner within the KLYSTAR sphere, which also includes the movie. So you'll get some sort of involvement, credit, and obviously you will profit from this. So if you're willing to travel this KLYSTAR journey, you'll be in everything that is KLYSTAR, not just the game, but in principle, the movie as well. And of course, the merchandising, merchandise is actually one of the biggest money earner, etc. So there's more beyond this KLYSTAR world. Obviously, the biggest beyond even the multi-billion is the global recognition and fame that we get, and it's not just for our own arrogance or ego, although like I said, we all have egos, of course, including myself. But the legacy that we will build is beyond our own lifetime. Our ancestors, your children, your grandchildren, for a million years, we'll be talking about what we develop. I don't want to sound too arrogant, but just like they talk about Moses, they talk about Christ, they talk about Allah, they talk about all the great prophets, and I don't want to sound way too arrogant, but that's exactly what I'm building, and I feel you guys are fully aware of that. So it's that arrogant. Next step after I send you for example, one thing, your tech guy, within the God manual, I also created, our collective has 10 charter. I call it the new 10 commandments, okay? The new 10 commandments, I designed it so that it's not just controlling the morality of humanity, but I designed it specifically because it also can be integrated to AI. AI is the great future for humanity. It is also potentially the great peril for humanity. Sorry, it's hey Maria, I'm on an important Zoom right now. I'll give you a call back later, okay? Thank you. So AI is potentially also a great peril of humanity. So my 10 commandment is designed specific for humanity and AI as well to protect. In fact, I even wrote a newspaper article specifically on this years ago before people start saying, oh, well, AI would destroy humanity, which in principle it could. So what we are building is not just a spiritual, it is a really great platform for us to develop. In fact, my wife and I last month were in Istanbul. We laid out the good new world, the 9 pillars of how humanity will survive, prosper, and evolve into a new, greater species. So I put practicality because I am an experimental scientist. I'm not just developing someone thing. I'm developing practical ways for humanity to basically survive this generation, this dangerous generation that we're in now, in conflict and war, and basically allow the new generation of humanity to explore the outer stars and inner spirit. Therefore, there are practicality in the solution that I put forward. So the solution I'm going to put forward, beyond sending you this additional information, is I will create a Google Share Drive, okay? So all the documentation, the things, like I said, newspaper articles, scientific publication, I will put all that into a share file. So instead of just sending you bits and pieces by email, by WhatsApp, and then it just gets lost in the system, as we all know. I will put all that into a share Google file, just like you will put your documentation, your layout into our Google file. So we all have one place where we can access all the. I would, within this share file, I will also create subfolders. So I'm not just going to throw 1,000 files into there, which is jumbled up. So I'll try and create folders, that newspaper articles, books, movies, things like that. So it'll collate the information, so it'll make it easier for us to look at the available information. So I'll send all that information into the shared Google Drive that we can share together moving forward. I will then discuss with my wife exactly the gaming concept based on your layout. As I mentioned to you, I would like it to be as closely related to KLYSTAR the movie. Again, because I wanted to get the same branding, the same feel, and ultimately build the same merchandising, the same concept. So that's why I think the trailer is only a minute long. So I actually do it's a very, very beautiful trailer that my wife created for the movie. So I believe that potentially could be a layout for the gaming itself as well. So I'll send you this link. When I send it, I forgot. Yeah, I need to send that. So I'll send that to watch that minute so trailer, and that will give you a first glimpse of it. I will then discuss with my wife, and we will come up with an idea of how the movie is to move, and the game, how the branding will move forward. And we'll discuss this between us. So you will then tell us what's realistic. Yeah, this looks great, but it's just not realistic. It'll take forever, or it's or you can do this. So we'll do this as a partnership, okay? So we'll get to a stage, and I appreciate that, where both of us will say, no, we're spot on. This is it. This is the magic that we want to build together. Okay? So when we get to that point, the eureka moment, oh, this is it, folks, right? Then we have to come to an agreement. You already said you don't want to be just a gun for hire. You want to be part of this journey, this KLYSTAR journey. And I said, if you're part of this KLYSTAR journey, it will go beyond just the game. You will be part of this mega creation that, I don't want to sound too arrogant, that will take over this world. Okay? I tell people, if you read my WhatsApp title, it says Conquering the World. Okay? You call me arrogant, call me insane, but that's what I intend to do, conquering the world. Okay? And if you want to be part of that conquering the world and leave a legacy that your family is proud of, the future thing, this is the world that we're conquering for God. So we're conquering it not with guns, but with a pen. We're not conquering it with a sword, but with software. We're conquering it the right way. But that is my intention. And if you're part of this and you're up for conquering the world, then let's go for it. Okay? So I'm going to send you more information, and I'll create this shared drive that we can share all the content for you and your team to digest on. And similarly, you relay the information to us, and we'll come to a point where we get that Ryuki moment and say, this is it. This is the magic that we were going to create together. And then we'll discuss how we cement this partnership so that we can move together as one. Okay, gentlemen and ladies of those things. Sanjay, Shrikant, Ayan, sounds good to you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Of course, it sounds great.
All right, excellent. I'll send you this along with all the other information. All right, much peace and love to you both. My KLYSTAR blessing. You'll find out why this is the KLYSTAR blessing. So take care. God bless.
Thanks.
Bye.